Good afternoon. Well, you wouldn't know what time of day it is if you're watching this video, but that's fine. This is Romeo Shan and I am back, and today, right now, I'm going to check the different stance. Sorry, that was a really bad intro. Yeah, basically, if you've seen the previous episode, I explored the skills of the two-handed hammer, which is of course a range weapon for the Revenant, and also I checked the legendary dwarf stance. One thing that I would like to show you is this awesome animation, which I think I didn't really show. So when you choose the dwarf stance, that is so awesome. You see Jalis hammer, defending his fort, and I think that is quite ode to the lore of Guild Wars 1. Okay, so when you change it to the demon stance, which we are going to be trying today, nice, it's cray. Okay, now the legendary demon stance is based on Malik's the Unyielding. Now, I do remember a character in Guild Wars 1 by that name. I think a boss of some sort, but I can't really remember. I'm guessing a Nightfall character, because that's when you had more bigger, demon type enemies. Okay, so let's check out the hammer, the mace and the axe. Now, these are dual wield weapons on the Revenant. The axe is an offhand weapon, and the mace is, primary hand weapon. I just want to check something, however. If I just choose another mace, I think it was Rabbit that I like to use. Can I? No, I can't. No, there's no option there. It seems it doesn't look like I can equip maces in both hands. It's possible you might get the option later. As I said, this is the stress test, and this is basically the first time I've seen the Revenant in gameplay. At least myself, I'm quite sure it might have happened before. It is the 12th of July right now, by the way. So let's check it out. Okay, take the primary first attack. Swing your mace. You can attack up to 3 targets, it seems. You do misery swipe, where you swing the mace at your foe, sweep your mace back for a second blow, and then deliver a crushing blow that sends toxic energy, which I'm guessing poison. Yes, it's poison. It's definitely poison. You can actually chain that attack. It can bounce from enemy to enemy, and the other enemies are affected by less damage, I suppose. But yeah, it's really good. I think, yeah, I might, if there's no option to play with the sword as a Revenant, I might go with this. I see a lot of torment is applied, which deals. I see they've changed torment a little bit, but yeah, that's it. This is what I was looking for. I like playing with different kind of conditions. It's just something I've always liked doing. I think it's an interesting way to play the game in any MMO whatsoever. Okay, now here is the chaining ability of the mace, bouncing back, quite similar to the primary attack of the hammer, two-handed hammer. No! Let's check out skill number 2. Skill number 2 causes fire to erupt from the mists. I see the hammer skills and the mace skills are quite similar in terms of animation. As in, for example, the secondary skill will cause a rectangular bar to form up to some point. But really, I don't mean they're exactly the same. That's not okay. Skill number 3 is a leap skill. Oh, it's a blast finisher. You leap at your foe and deliver a massive attack that cascades outward, so it changes into some kind of a AoE attack. Let's see. Oh, I thought he would leap at the enemy, but it doesn't. It just causes that. Yeah, it's quite. Once again, it's quite similar to the hammer skills. If you haven't checked that out, check out the video below in the description there. This might be different. Frigid Blitz. There's some chill movement there. I think it was skill number 3 with the hammer, where you can apply chill to your enemy. Hurl your axe at your target, damaging and chilling the foes. The axe passes through, so it doesn't bounce from enemy to enemy as such. Whoa, it's a shadow step type skill, is it? Or did I? Yeah. Shadow step to it and deliver a large blow. This is fun. This class really is fun. I think it might get nerfed at some point. Rightfully so, I suppose, but then again, I don't know. If you've seen my other video, we saw Elementalist who'd quite literally kill an enemy in like 3 hits. So maybe it's just down to the build, really. Okay. So we've seen the misery skills. We've seen Searing Fissure. We have seen Echoing Eruption. And we have, of course, seen Frigid Blitz. Pass through the enemy, do some damage. I really like Frigid Blitz. I wish the Ranger had something like this with the axe. Not that the Ranger axe skills are bad. No, definitely not. Okay, and Temporal Rift. Slice into the mists, creating an unstable rift. After a short duration, this rift will collapse on itself, pulling in enemies. That probably sounds more awesome than it's actually going to be. Okay, take this opportunity and use the heal skill. Okay, heal yourself. Heal more for each condition currently applied to you. You cause yourself weakness when you use the healing skill. Well, I suppose the offset is that depending on how many conditions you have, you can get unlimited healing. I really like this because there's a problem I have with Necros. I think they just have too many damn conditions, and I think this might be a good counter for Necros. Especially in PvP, So, okay, I'm gonna try Temporal Rift. Okay, that failed. That failed quite a bit. My plan was obviously not to heal. My God, I'm getting owned. Suppose run. It's not a good idea to just stand around and take damage. Once again, I'm not quite sure where I'm getting this passive healing from. I think it might be one of the build that it starts off on, which I haven't really changed around at all. Okay. So we've seen Temporal Rift. It really doesn't look, as crazy as it sounded like. I'm not sure about how it's making a rift. I'll try it again though. Maybe I just haven't used it properly. pretty good.
So cold. Go ahead, hit me.
Okay, let us. It's good. I think the torment that is applied through this skill is actually quite damaging. Um, and of course, you can apply it to five targets, I'm guessing, according to this. So, a lot of good AoE potential in this character. Okay, is there any. No, just one healing skill there. Okay, let us go on to the next. One thing I wanted to check out was. No. I thought, obviously you're healed per condition, so maybe the condition of weakness is applied to you first and then you're healed, but that does not seem to be the case. I think that would have been asking for too much. Okay, so let's check out the skills of the Demon Stance. Okay, so we got. Let me just check. Yeah. Once again, there's only 3 utility skills per stance. So once again, if it stays like this, then people will be able to learn to adapt to fighting against the Revenant. Good on. I think good on the. Okay, but let's see. I think I mentioned before about the Shadow Knight type character I was looking for. It applies poison, so that is definitely a Shadow Knight type skill that I was looking for. There's no lifesteal ability, though Hammer does have that, but only because it applies a dark ward, and that's how they heal themselves. Okay, let's check. Okay, first skill is the Pain Absorption. Grant resistance to yourself and nearby allies. Absorb conditions from those allies, gaining additional resistance per condition. Once again, if you're in the heat of battle and a necro pops up with, when they apply their little poisonous and condition-filled wards, this will be quite useful. Absorb conditions from those allies. Okay, second skill is Banish Enchantment. Deal damage to your foe, remove bones from boons, sorry. You remove 2 boons according to this. I think will be quite useful against bunker guardians, if they even exist at the moment. Confusion, I like confusion, but quite strange. Apply bonus confusion if you have equal or more conditions than the threshold applied to you. Okay. I'm not. Oh, threshold 3 so if I have more conditions applied to me, I apply more confusion to my enemy. That is very interesting. Quite a technical move there. And then Unyielding Anguish. Leap towards the targeted area, tormenting foes and creating a demonic field that displaces enemies. Apply bonus torment if you have equal or more conditions than the threshold applied. Once again, it's similar to Banish Enchantment in the sense that, the more conditions on you from your enemy, the more condition you will apply. Okay. Now, these ice elementals don't really apply conditions above, you know, 3 condition. All I was saying. Oh, this animation looks great. Let's try that again. Okay. Okay, so let's try pain absorption. I think I might just go down and possibly attack some kind of zombie type enemies, because I think they apply more conditions than the ice elementals. It's a long walk. Great elementals. More elementals if that's what I needed. I'm just gonna change the waypoint. That loaded way faster than I expected. Ah, there you go. Attack. I'm not sure what happened to the enemies. All invisible. Okay, let's try this. Let's try resistance and absorb. Oh, wait. I had 3 conditions on me. Maybe I could. That was good. This This is very interesting skill. Ryu is the demon stance. It's as if, you know, the more you are getting damaged, the more damage you do. Which is almost like a berserker type feel there. And what's really, you know, quite funny, if you will say, is that your skills are more effective. What quite funny is that you're actually applying conditions to yourself. Now I understand why there's. First, I thought the conditions that are being applied to you, for example, in the healing you get the weakness, and in the pain absorption you apply blind to yourself. I had initially thought that there's some kind of balance mechanisms, but the thing is that because these 2 skills actually apply bonus damage if you have conditions on yourself, you actually purposely apply conditions yourself to make these skills more powerful, which I have to say, I think this is where the technicality of this character comes in, because I think people obviously. Whoa. Oh wait, sorry. I was thinking like I'm doing a lot of damage, but if there's a guardian there, can't beat guardian there. When you I think people might think that they want to apply, loads of torment through Mace, and then obviously loads of torment through demon stance. But there is this offset that you apply conditions to yourself. But at the same time, the more conditions you apply to yourself, the more damage you do with the other conditions that you are applying. So I think this level of technicality to this build will make it some more balanced, in the sense that not everybody will start playing a condition based revenant. You will, because you will need some kind of a you need some patience and quite a lot of understanding of this character to not be dying often, which I think is really good. It works towards the it's a very positive thing because that means that it's different from your normal warrior and guardian. Uh, so you're not through and through just damage dealing and making everybody else jealous, sort of thing. They'd be like, oh fine, but at least I'm not, if a warrior comes up to you, he's like, well, yeah, you're doing some good torment damage there, but at least I'm not committing suicide every time I'm trying to spam torment, which is always good. Okay, I think it's time to check the final skill, the elite skill, Embrace the Darkness. Now that actually reminds me of the darkness as in the comic darkness. So there you go. I think the only problem with this skill is I'm not doing it right. I think I need to be applying it. I think balance-wise, this is pretty well balanced. I think it's probably going to get nerfed at some point anyway. So yeah, you're applying condition to yourself to make your skill stronger, but remember that in heavy fight situations, conditions will be applied to you, so that will benefit you in terms of causing more damage. But then again, when you're causing yourself conditions, it will stack up your enemy's damage as well. So yes, quite a technical character. I'm liking. I do wish there was a bit more lifesteal there, because of the archetype that I was going for. Let's try the Embrace the Darkness. Summons the power of the legendary demon to transform into a powerful avatar. Little dervish thing there. I think I mentioned in my last episode that I really wanted to play a dervish in this game. Increase all attributes and copy conditions to nearby foes every few seconds. Now this sounds like a powerful skill, but I think obviously it's sort of working against the Unyielding Anguish and Banish enchantment, because it's removing skills that you might need to actually cause more damage. But let's see. So duration of each condition copied 3 seconds. Interval every 3 seconds you're removing conditions from yourself. So yeah, I'm loving this. Let's try it then. Sorry, I keep forgetting to try it. It's actually quite oh yeah, this is what I was talking about. Skill is too awesome. I think now I feel like the Shadow Knight that I was talking about. Thank you, Jesus. I think I'm quite happy with this build, not just because it's doing some good damage. It's just, I suppose it's because of the updates where where condition damage are a viable source of damage. Yeah, as a viable source of damage, as a main damage type for your character. So I think that's what's benefiting the Revenant here. If they didn't change the conditions and gave this, then the character might have felt a bit less weak. But then when I think about my ranger, that is my main, when I'm fighting these particular enemies in this particular area, the damage I do is somewhere around the same, you know, region. So I think in a way it's not actually OP, if you are. It's not overpowered in any way. Come on, why is my keyboard working now? Oh, I haven't targeted an enemy. I think I'm going blind. I didn't notice these things coming up. Okay, I have to say, I do like this. I mean, even though I was looking forward to this character, I was, and you know, looking forward to making some kind of condition build. I was thinking that, you know, maybe I'm going down the road where all my characters seem, you know, samey. And I think it was, I don't want to say it, but I suppose it would have been a bit boring at some point where I'm like, oh, I'm pretty much doing the same thing with every character. But the fact that these skills focus on a completely different set of damages, of conditions that I'm not used to usually. You know, I usually go for the whole poison, bleed, fire, you know, whatever thing. I think that's why I'm liking this a lot, and it's feeling fresh. One last thing before we settle in, let's check out the staff. I think we can equip a staff for this guy. There you go. Now once again, actually maybe I'll leave that for another video. So thank you for watching, and I am glad to say that Shadow Knight Romeo is back.